Good evening, everyone. This is D Light coming to you on Sunday, April 16th, 2023. I'm coming to you with a vlog in which, I decided that I will share my story, and my story is about all kind of incredible events which I'm experiencing and which I really feel I need to share. So I'm gonna share them in different stories and building up from the beginning to like the end or the highest point. Um, I believe that while we're alive, we are defined by three components: one, our spirit; two, our physical body; and three, our mind. And what I believe that I'm seeing here in my case is that I am being attacked on a mental, but also on a spiritual level. The takeover, which I'm referring to, is like a hostage on those three levels of your existence, from the spiritual to the physical to the mental. And it seems like it's an attempt to break you down on one of those levels or all of them, and so that you can be overridden by something else. Actually, by telling my story, I hope to be able to reflect better on it and find, ways to heal and overcome it, which I'm already doing now. And I also hope that I can reach others, maybe other people who are experiencing the same, or who know people who are experiencing the same, and just tell them: one, you're not alone; two, you're not insane at all; and three, stand your ground, and you're infinitely bigger and greater than any event thrown your way. So really, you will overcome it if you choose to. It is your choice. Before I actually, start with the first story about the mental attack which is going on now, I want to share with you some context of my life, just where I was standing prior to the first attack. Well, um, actually, I became highly sensitive on different levels of my existence as a result of experiencing spiritual haunting for about 10 years, from 8 years, since I was 8 till 18. And so I'm quite sensitive, and that's one of the things which always plays a part in each and everything I do. Um, I only saw people's light, and I only interacted with people's light. It doesn't matter whether their light was real small or real big or whatever. I just focused on the light. So that I really had to correct. I stand corrected for that. I lived and worked in the Netherlands, and I really engaged with my family both here in the Netherlands as well as my family abroad, which they live in Suriname and Guyana and some other countries, but predominantly those two countries. So this is a bit the context of my life, real simple, nothing fancy. The first story I called The Town Where Everything is Possible is about the first event pertaining to the mental attacks, which I believe started after I bought my first house. I bought a house in a town where everything is possible. At least the people believe they have that mindset, which is not a bad mindset, but it's just what they believe. I bought the house in 2004. I worked full time and was actually hardly home, so I didn't do too much with the house after I bought it. In 2007, my mother joined me. She was pensioned, and so she would enjoy frolicking around the house. So then at one point, we decided, okay, we're gonna upgrade the house. First, very simply, we started by buying plants and flowers and that kind of stuff. Later, by redoing the yard a bit more, extensive upgrades, and redoing parts of the inside of the house and stuff like that. But then, after this point, somewhere in 2008, I believe I started to notice that plants and flowers were being damaged. They were being destroyed, and that people were actually coming into the yard. I really struggled. What could you do with that? I mean, it's no, it's not like the end of the world, but it's you don't want that. You really don't want that. You buy your house, you don't want that. So for our luck is that the police decided to hold like a neighborhood meeting. They would do that every once in a while. They didn't do that before we came there, but that was funny that around that time they did that. And they wanted to share some information, anti-burglary tips and how you could, protect your house better and have more sight around your house and stuff like that. So I thought, let me visit that meeting and just listen to what they have to say. And when I get the chance, let me just go to one of the officers and just tell them what's going on and see what they will say. So I did exactly that. And I approached one of the officers at the end. He listened to what I had to say and he just said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't mind it. Let it pass. And then I thought, let me just follow this guy's advice. He knows the neighborhood and maybe I should, just do like that. So we tried to ignore the trespassing. We tried to ignore the damages. And you know what? It got worse. It did not help at all. Everything in the yard got damaged. The fence, everything. And it went further. It gave us a lot of distress in that time, especially since you know that every time someone is coming in your yard, what are you doing there? Why are you coming there? Why are you trespassing? After that was happening, we also had fruit trees. Everything had to be broken and damaged. Um, I noticed that my car was now being targeted. So that wasn't from the beginning, but it started at one point. So probably because, yeah, it was possible to do so. Yeah, why not? From scratching the car to blowing up the windshield with fireworks, which blew out the whole rear windshield, to slacking screws from the stabilizer under the car. The situation was getting more and more dangerous day by day. I went to the police and I told them what was going on, and they would file a report. They would listen to my situation for us and they would ask me who's doing that and why are they doing that and that kind of stuff, and they would file their report. So I thought, great, they're going to do something about it, but nothing happened. So one officer told me, yeah, lady, listen, maybe you should just put up some cameras and then, keep telling us, informing us when something happens, but put up some cameras as well. So I decided, okay, let me do that, and I put up cameras. And but at one point, they just came to me, the police, and the same police, the same station, and they ordered me to remove the cameras. And if I did not, I would be fined because I was like filming not only my own yard, but they said I also have sight. I'm also viewing the public area, and that's forbidden or whatever. And so I thought, okay, but it's not forbidden for people to come into our yard and to destroy our stuff. But I removed it because I didn't want the fine. So for a while we could run the cameras, but I didn't get to get people on them, and yeah, I had to remove it. So I removed it. At that point, actually, when they told me that, while they were not investigating anything, at least not to my knowledge, I did not see them approaching anyone in the street or asking anything or even telling them, listen, we don't want this, whatever. I didn't see anything happen. I just saw that they would come to me and tell me, you got to remove this or whatever, or they would ask me what's going on, but they would not do anything further to my knowledge. So then I thought, oh, this is not really working. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. And I spoke to my mom and we decided to sell the house. I had to wait till 2019 before I could sell the house because when I put it for sale, it did not sell. In 2013, I got an opportunity to work freelance in IT, which would start in 2014. So what I did is I decided to rent out the house and to take it. It is in the same year that my sister, I have a sister who has a son, had to flee the country with her then 9-year-old son because he was physically assaulted at school, and that had escalated to a very nasty situation. It is also the same year that I started to notice for the very first time that I was being followed around by people unknown to me. The first time was when I drove from my house to a gas station and to work, which was approximately 30 to 40 miles from my home. That I noticed, hey, this is odd. This person followed me all the way to the gas station, did not fill up his gas, was really continuously busy monitoring what I was doing, and really followed me to work. And also did not even park there. He just left. So it is. This is the like the first event which is like before what's happening now. And what's happening now, I'll come to that in other stories when it's time for that. The purpose of this first event, when you experience stuff like this, these events, there aren't many people who want to hear it, or even talk with you about it. I don't know if it's their feeling of shame or whatever they have, which inhibits them, keeps them from having a normal conversation about this stuff. Even the authorities aren't eager to hear your story, and moreover, they aren't really jumpy to pick up anything related to stuff like this. The issue here is, if the situation can't be fixed or discussed, you enter in like some kind of stalemate situation. You're in a situation where messed up things are happening, and you can't do anything. You can't talk to nobody. You can't fix anything. That's really, it's inorganic. It's not natural. There's something very wrong with it, because it's not the thing is not that stuff should not happen, because that's life. Stuff happens. The thing is that if we don't deal with it, that's anti-life. That we pretend that stuff doesn't happen. That I don't get that part. It doesn't also aid anything, solve anything. It does nothing at all. That's why I use the word stalemate, because it's like it's dead. It's still, it's nothing. In the end, it may not even matter who solves it. That's what I was thinking. I believe life might view this in a very simple way, in the case that if the responsible person does not respond to the situation in the proper way, maybe, you know, um, maybe the people who are experiencing this are really experiencing it, so that they may offer the proper solution, that they may solve it themselves. And if that is the case, it's just a simple form of evolution, that what is not working is being replaced by something else which is working. Think about it. One more thing, every single thing has a purpose, one of the principles of life. The only thing is to find out what that purpose is. So that's what I'm doing as well. I hope that this is not a hot story, but this is a basis of the mental attack part. Watch the next story to hear how you can how a story like that can further be escalated, because most of you should be well aware of what's going on, but maybe in bits and pieces. Watch how this story unfolds then you know what is going on. You will start to understand and see how things can spiral completely out of control, even for people who believe they have complete control. No one has complete control. Okay, people, this is the first story, the town where everything is possible. I wish everyone a good beginning of the new week. um, Light, lots of it, revelation, yeah, new revelations, and love and peace. Till the next one, take care.